Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I feel so just relaxed and calm and goofy and silly today. I literally got back from the pool like 10 minutes ago. Okay, it has just been such a fantastic day today. It's just been such a great day. And I'm excited about going to dinner tonight and coming home and watching some shows and some movies with my husband and then reading. And I have just had such a great day today. So cheers to that. My husband left the pool about 15 minutes before I did because he goes, I really want a Coke. So I'm going to go to the gas station and go get a Coke. And I said, can you get me like a Diet Coke? And he said, yeah, sure. Or Diet Pepsi, because I like Diet Pepsi fountain, Diet Coke in a can. So anyway, I was still in the pool talking to my two neighbors. We were talking about all kinds of HOA stuff in the pool today. I'll give you guys a little update here in a second. Well, some of it was about the HOA stuff, some of it wasn't. But anyway, I talked to my neighbors. Alex was in the pool talking to him. I could not believe it. He was in the pool for like an hour and a half talking to our neighbors today about all kinds of stuff. But anyway, I'm sitting there and this thing is still soaking wet. But I laid on this thing all day in the pool. So you like lay in it like this and put your arms on either side of it and just talk to them. And so all of a sudden I look and they said, oh, Alex is coming back. And I looked and he was like, his Jeep was pulling up and he got out and he brought me my Diet Pepsi right up to the gate. Was that not so sweet? So anyway, but he got himself some like chips and stuff and he came back here and was watching Love Island. So I was getting, I don't know if you can see, but like my fingers, you guys see, my fingers are so pruny from being in the pool. Me and my two friends were like, we are so pruny from being in the pool, we gotta get out. So we decided that we were gonna leave the pool. Plus people were starting to show up with their kids. There was like only one, oh, there's a cardinal. Oh my God, it's beautiful. The cardinal goes to the one bird feeder that has no bird feed in it. Oh my gosh, there's like 4 birds on the bird feeders. Maybe they're finally, oh, he got smart, he went to the green one. Maybe they're starting to show back up. But there was only one like kid at the pool today and she was with like her grandpa and her mom and she was really, really well behaved. My friend told me that yesterday at the pool there was a ton of kids and she was like, there were really no adults and I don't know who was watching these kids, and so she was like, I just left, I wasn't comfortable with it. So anyway, but no, today it was like perfect. So if you did not watch yesterday's vlog, today Alex was off. He usually has a morning meeting on Friday, 1 or 2 morning meetings. And so he didn't have any morning meetings today, so he was going to sleep in. What is on my eye? So he was going to sleep in, and then he was going to go to the pool all day today. Well, I wasn't really sure if it was going to be that nice outside today because supposedly earlier in the week when I looked, it was going to rain and things like that. It was beautiful. Actually, it got nicer as the day went on. So I stayed up late last night. I finished Pulse, and then I started watching Ozark. I watched something else, too. Oh, no, I made lists. I'll talk about that in a second. So anyway, so I went to bed about, I think it was like 5:15 when I went to bed. And so I set my alarm. I was like, I want to get like at least 7 hours of sleep. So I set my alarm for 12:30. I don't usually go to the pool earlier than that anyway. So I was like, oh, this tastes so good. I don't even know the last time I've had like a fountain pop. So I got up and Alex was like, when I woke up, Alex was laying in bed and he was like rolling through TikTok and looking at stuff. And so I was like, are you gonna go to the pool? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna get ready and go to the pool here in just a second. And I said, okay. He was like, are you still gonna go to the pool or are you gonna film videos? And I said, no, I'm going to the pool today. You guys were so sweet in the comment sections of my video. Sometimes I overthink. Can I just tell you guys, first of all, I am like so tangled up in blue right now. So I have these are the sweat shorts that I got, these little light blue sweat shorts. I have them in pink, I have them in beige, but then I have this blue shirt on, and then I have these blue Birkenstocks, which I hardly ever wear. So I'm like tangled up in blue right now. But anyway, which by the way is making my feet look very, very tan. They're very comfortable too. The army green ones that I bought recently, I'm still kind of breaking them in. But anyway, he was like, are you going to film videos today? And I had a list of videos that I was going to film because I thought if I wake up and he decides that he doesn't want to go to the pool or it's cloudy and it's rainy and it's not like a nice day, then I'll just film videos from home today. I'm just going to kind of take it day by day for the rest of July and August. Like if I wake up and it's like a beautiful pool day, I might film like a video or two. Oh, this is what I was going to say. You guys were so nice yesterday. There were a couple people, and a couple people direct messaged me too, that said, Peter, if it's beautiful outside, just go to the pool. Like you can make videos the next day. If I hear somebody else say it, like it kind of like settles in my head, because I feel like I overthink things too much. You know what I mean? And, you know, I was talking, like one person responded when or commented about when I said that the pool's really cathartic for my mental health. It really, really is. Like, just being at the pool today and, I don't know, I just feel so calm and so peaceful, and I'm like looking out right now to the little bowl that I have for like the animals, which I did see a bunny rabbit go and drink out of last night. I was so excited, and a bunny rabbit jumped right over and was like looking at the bowl and then was drinking out of the bowl last night. I was so excited about that. I think I need to really kind of like recharge my battery this summer. And there's going to be enough cloudy, rainy days that I can film videos in those days, that when it's beautiful like today, just film my vlog or one other video. You know, like if Alex, in all honesty, if Alex wasn't home, I probably would have, I mean, we got to the pool and I think it was like 20 minutes later, one of my friends showed up, and then I didn't even know they were coming to the pool. And then like an hour later, another woman showed up. So in all honesty, like if I got up at like, I usually get up, you know, like 11, 12, something like that, film 2 or 3 videos and go to the pool by like 2 o'clock. That still gives me a full afternoon, come back and film a vlog. So it's real easy for me to do that. If Alex wasn't here and going right to the pool, I would have done that today. But since he was going right to the pool, I was like, no, I'm not going to film any videos today. I just want to spend the day with my husband. And we had such a great time. It was so nice. And so I got up at 12:30. He was up and he was looking at TikToks and stuff like that. And, oh my God, the tiniest little bluebird just showed up on the tree. It's like hopping from the limb to the tree. So, they keep on going to the bird feeder where there's no bird feed. I don't know why. When all the other bird feeders have bird feed in them, but they keep on going to the one bird feeder that doesn't. I need to fill it when I get done with this vlog. So, he got up, like, right away, and he, like, went in the bathroom, brushed his teeth, and washed his face, and he came out, like, and he had a swimsuit on. And I said, oh, you're ready to go. And he was, like, putting his bag together and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go down there. And I said, okay. I said, I'm getting out of bed right now. So I got out of bed, and, like, he had just left, and I did my prayers and meditations. And I was going to, like, do some, I was like, well, maybe I'll film, like, one video. I was like, no. I was like, just put your swimsuit on. I trimmed my beard and shaved around my neck and all that kind of stuff. And then I was like, got my bag together, and I was kind of out of the house real quick. I think it was like, I left the house by like 5 after 1. Walked up to the pool. When I got up there, Alex and there was one other woman there, and I had not met her before. So do you know the 2 sisters that live down there? It was the other sister. I met the one sister. I mean, I've seen her before and said hi to her, but I haven't like talked to her. And so she was in the pool and she was getting out, and so I introduced myself to her, and she was kind of like, she wasn't super talkative, but she was really funny. And so I sat up there, and then she was laying down and she was reading a book, because we got laughing about the book. Because she said, I'm done with self-help. I said, the book she was reading was called Aging, I thought it said Gracefully, but it was called Gratefully. Aging Gratefully. And I said, when you learn the trick, will you teach me? And she started laughing. She goes, I'm done with self-help. That's all I used to read for years. And I said, you're done with self-help? And she goes, yeah, if I haven't learned it by now, then I'm never going to learn it. She goes, so I've just given up on self-help. She goes, because I was telling Alex I was getting ready to listen to my audiobook, and she goes, what are you listening to? And I said, a cozy mystery. She goes, what's a cozy mystery? So I was trying to explain to her what cozy mysteries are. So anyway, then my other friend came, and I love her so much, and so she was the one that, remember, she said, like, if you watch my vlogs, last year she said she didn't go to the pool a lot because she didn't know if anybody else was going to be there, and we exchanged numbers. So she came, and she is hilarious. She's the one that was drinking chocolate beer with the other woman. So she's one of the women in the neighborhood that, like, she's been divorced, I don't know, like, as long as my mom had been divorced, and she participates in everything. She does the water aerobics, which I found has like 6 of them at the pool with like a computer that they pull up like a water aerobics YouTube video. They're like, you should come. Do you do your lunges? And they go, no, why don't you? She's like, why don't you come? And like, they do it at like 9:30 in the morning. Okay, let's just be for real. I'm not going up to anywhere at 9:30 in the morning. So, So she's like, you should come up and lead water aerobics because we don't really know what we're doing. She's like, it's a lot of water and a very little aerobics. So anyway, so we got laughing about that. And then she said, did you go to the mocktails and the cocktails party last night? And I go, well, if you're asking me, then that means you didn't go. She goes to everything in the neighborhood. And she goes, no. She was like, now this other woman, she's like, is coming to the pool. And she's going to ask me why I didn't come. And I said, okay. And she goes, so I was really good, you guys, too. Because when it came out of her mouth to her friend, I was like, so she goes, do you want to know the truth or what I'm going to say? And I said, what are you going to say? She's like, well, I was at the pool yesterday, and then all the kids came up there, and I went home, and I kind of fell asleep, and I took a nap, and when I woke up, the mocktails and cocktails was already over. And she was like, but I laid down knowing that I wasn't going to wake up, and I really didn't want to go to the mocktails and the cocktails because it was so hot out here yesterday that I didn't want to sit on the cul-de-sac down there and talk to a bunch of old people. She said it. She's her age. She was like, talk to a bunch of old people out in the heat. She goes, there was not enough wine that was going to keep me cool for that day. And she's like, and I knew that I was going to sit down there, I was going to have too many glasses of wine, and then I was going to have to walk back. She's like, so I just slept through. She's like, but I'm not going to tell my friend that. And I said, well, what are you going to tell your friend? She said, well, I'm just going to tell her that, like, I, like, you know, overslept and whatever. And so she's like, but I really didn't want to go anyway. So her friend comes, and, like, this is her good friend. And her friend comes to the pool, and she goes, you were at the cocktails and mocktails last night. And she goes, it was a really big crowd. And she goes, really? And I had already talked to my friend because the people that, like, run everything in this neighborhood, when they came by, they said there were 12 people there. And so she goes, it was a really big crowd last night. Mind you, there's, like, 85 condos in the neighborhood, 85 or 100. Maybe it was 106 they said. I feel like it's more like 80 or 90 condos in the neighborhood. It doesn't seem like there's even that many. It seems like there's like 40. But anyway, so they had told me there were 12 people there. They stayed the whole time, okay? So and I told my friend this, and so when her friend came, who I also know her friend, she goes, there were a lot of people there last night. You really missed a good mocktails and cocktails. And I said, I don't know if this was on the video last night when I was filming my vlog or if this happened after the vlog, but did it happen when she walked by? Was that on the vlog? And I don't remember. And she said, I said, did you drink? She was like, no, I hardly drank anything at all. And I said, well, I can't even say, anyway. But she said there were 12 people there. So her friend looks right at her and she goes, there were about 30 people there. I was like, she goes, well, why weren't you there? And her friend looks at her and she goes, I really wanted to come. She was at the pool for half an hour. She goes, but I was at the pool all day yesterday, and I was so tired when I came home. I lay down. She goes, I just turned on the TV. I didn't even think I was going to fall asleep, and I slept straight through it. I was like, you two are, like, supposed to be good friends, and you're lying right to each other. But I love them both, and they're so much fun. Anyway, I don't know. There's something about this neighborhood that, I don't know, keeps people, like, young at heart and young looking, because this one woman that lives in this neighborhood, I swear to God, if you had, I'm not good with, like, guessing younger people's ages, but with people that are, like, my age and older, I'm pretty good with, like, guessing ages. I probably would have guessed this woman was, honest to God, I probably would have guessed she was between, like, 65 and 70. I told her this today. And so we were talking about, because she said, you graduated the same year as my son. My youngest son she went to private school here. And because she was like, where did you go to high school? And I was telling her I went to Carmel. And she was like, what year did you graduate? And she's like, oh, you graduated the same year as my youngest son. And so anyway, she said, I said, did you graduate from high school around here? And she went to that same private school. She said, yeah, I was the second graduating class of that private school. And I said, what was the second graduating class? And she said, well, the school opened in 64. I graduated in 65. I said, you graduated in 65? And she goes, yeah. And I said, my mom graduated in 61 from Broderick Ball. I said, there is no way. I said, my mom was born in 43, which means she would have been 82 this year. And she goes, yeah. She's like, I'm late 70s. I said, there's no way. She goes, how old did you think I was? I said, honest to God, I'm not even lying. I said, I thought you were like, she walks every day. I said, I thought you were like 65 or 66. This other woman that's my friend, I honest to God thought she was like 65 or 66. I did not know how old she was. She's 81. You guys, these women in this neighborhood, Like, they're all friends. They all get together and have beer and drink and stuff. They're all part of, I mean, they are hilarious. And it's just, I don't know. They are so, like, anyway, so we got cracking up so hard. She and her husband passed away a couple years ago, this other woman. They had a place, I did not know this. So we were talking about the guy from the Villages, because I haven't seen him this whole summer. And so we were talking about the guy at the Villages. And so she said, well, did you know that my husband and I used to have a place at the Villages? And I was like, did you really? So she and her husband had a place at the Villages, like in the early days, the Villages. And so the majority of my neighborhood is very liberal, and she said, like, one of the reasons why they ended up getting rid of their place is because, I guess, the Villages is not super liberal or something like that. I don't know. So anyway, but she was telling me about the Villages, and she's like, because she goes, well, what have you heard about it? And I said, well, I heard, because the other woman didn't know anything. She goes, what is the Villages? And I said, you've never heard of the Villages? You've never seen the documentaries? You've never seen whatever? And she's like, no. And I said, it's the largest retirement community in the country. It's like 2 or 3 counties. And she was like, no. She's like, I think it's the woman that lived there. She goes, I think it's one county. She goes, I said, well, it's like 3, I don't know, something. It's on the documentary. She's like, I watched that documentary too, because it was depressing as hell. And I said, she goes, it's actually really a fun community to live in. There's a lot to do. And I said, but there's a lot of scandal. And the other one was like, what's the scandal? And I go, well, at one point they had the highest STD rate in the United States. The woman looked at me and she goes, but you know what we didn't have? Or what? She goes, you know what we had the lowest of? And I go, what? And she goes, pregnancy rate. I was like, because it's a retirement community. But it's true, they had the highest STD rate because they were all doing it. I said, is it true about like the loofahs and the golf cart? So like everybody drives, she said everybody drives golf carts there. And she said, yeah, she's like, the loofah thing is true. She's like, but we didn't find out about it. She's like, I've never once met anybody that like has a place in the Villages that says, yeah, I'm straight up a swinger. I've never heard anybody say that. But I could tell she was like, we didn't know for years. And she's like, and when we left, they sold their place, I think it was like 15 years ago, something like that. She was like, we sold it a long time ago. And then that's when all the like the scandals and stuff happened. There's a lot of swingers and a lot of drugs and stuff. She's like, there's like, I think she said when they left, they were like still under 100,000 people in there. I said, the homes are kind of right on top of each other. And she's like, not the house that we had. She's like, we had a really beautiful townhouse. And she's like, we had a huge backyard that was like all like tall fencing. And she's like, it was really, really nice. She was like, they keep it up so beautifully in there and stuff. So anyway, talked to her for a long time today, and oh my god, and my other friend, we were just, and Alex was sitting on the steps the whole time, and he was really getting into the conversation and stuff. Like, he doesn't, like, it's kind of funny the older that he gets. Like, he used to just, like, lay out and just, like, sun, but he sat on the steps the whole time and was, like, telling stories about the neighborhood and stuff. We were talking about her grandmother. Her mom was actually at the pool the whole time. And, so her grandma, so my one friend, her daughter, she has a daughter that's like a lesbian and has, you know, a wife, and they have 2 kids and stuff like that. And so she was talking about how her grandmother made like some comments, kind of like joking comments, like when she first moved in the neighborhood, because before she moved in here, her daughter and her wife were living in here in her condo before she could move in, before the place was ready. And so I was telling the story, if you've never heard the story about her grandma, when Alex and I were at the pool the first summer. This is like 17 years ago, maybe 16 years ago, I don't know, maybe it was the summer after, but we were at the pool, and my mom and her grandma did not get along at all. And so we were at the pool, and her grandma talked really, really loud. It was like Alex and I, he said today one of our friends was there. I don't remember her being there, but anyway, so I guess it was the 3 of us, and we were laying out, and Alex was just kind of like, has eyes closed, but her grandma, and I think it was this woman down in the corner, were sitting in these chairs just sitting up, and she talks real, real loud, like she's hard of hearing, she talks real loud, right? And so she said, over there is Peter Monn. She's from the East Coast, which is like this East Coast accent, right? Boston kind of accent. And she's like, said something about, like, his mother was a bipolar manic depressive. And I was like, what? And I like look over to Alex, and Alex is like trying not to laugh, right? And she goes, that's his boyfriend, Alex. And she goes, I can't remember how she said it. She said something, and she goes, "Two nice homosexuals I've never seen or never met," or something like that. And Alex, like, he's like laying there and he goes, but anyway, she turned us both in, Laura and I both, for not doing our walkway several years ago. She turned us into the HOA. That was the year they called us, or they sent us letters, and they said, if you do not do your walkway, we're going to have the landscapers do it, and we're going to charge you $150. And Laura was out there, like, with quickness. I was like, oh, I'll quickly pay $150. And the next morning I came out, 2 mornings later I came out here, and it was done so beautifully, and I was the happiest $150 I'd ever paid in my entire life. By the way, we're thinking about, so I've told you about our back sliding glass door. So I got to talk to our neighbors about it because they had it done. They're coming back from church camp today. Okay, so they are part of this Unitarian church. I don't know anything about this church, but they love their church that they go to. So she does the water aerobics. My neighbor does the water aerobics with the other friend of mine at the pool. So she was telling me, I didn't know that they were like, they had gone to this church camp thing, this adult church camp. So anyway, apparently she used to love church camp when she was a kid. And so she and her husband signed up for this like couples church camp, and it's like 2 or 3 days or something like that. I didn't even know they had gone. So anyway, it's like, I think it's like in Wisconsin or something. It's just like 3 days on this lake, but it's like all adults from these different Unitarian churches. I actually kind of think it sounds kind of fun. So anyway, they do like a talent show and all. I cannot wait to hear about it. So anyway, we got to talk to them because they had their entire like thing. They messed up when they built this place. They put, I don't know how they messed up this bad, but the sliding glass door, they put in like upside down and inside out and something. So anyway, now that it's so rotted, we have to have it replaced. So, somebody said, I don't know if they said it on the vlog, or if it was one of my neighbors, but they said something, I think it was on the vlog, they said something about French doors. And I was like, you know what? I think when we were at their house, I think they have French doors. Alex is talking about having like doors that slide either. I'm like, Alex always has to take something to the architectural you know, level that is going to cost $5,000 more and will absolutely make no sense for like the simple condo. So, but I think they have just very plain French doors that like open out, which I think would be really, really nice. So Alex was like, well, what about these kind of doors that kind of like, you know, cascade past each other? I said, well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to look and we're going to see what the price options are and what makes the most sense and what's the easiest to do. Because I don't want that back open for 2 weeks. Like if they can come out here and do something in a day or two, like that would be fantastic. But because we have to have the door done, I also want to get a brand new chair from the living room. Because I said after Boo Radley passed away and all the dogs were gone, before we got a new dog, I was going to get a new chair. We also want a new TV for the living room. Alex wants a dresser to put all of his clothes in instead of the couch in the bedroom. So there's some things we want to get. I was looking at Las Vegas for our anniversary. I was like, I mean, we could do all of it, but we're also kind of thinking of like a New Year's trip possibly. And then we also like Ultra for next year. So we're like, we could do all of it, but it would financially strain us. And I'm like, so we were talking at the pool today. I was like, let's just stay here for our anniversary. He's like, I agree. I was like, because I want to get a new chair with an ottoman. I mean, that chair is like, Boo Radley and Tucker just like, and PP, like they dug and ripped that chair up. So we need a new chair for the living room. I've actually looked on Wayfair quite a bit. My neighbor was texting me about going to the pool later. Did she text me back? I told her oh, she did text me back. I can hear her out there. She was painting all last night in her garage, and I could hear her out there singing. I told her mom was at the pool all day today. She said, haha, yeah, I know, she uses, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll be going late because I still have 2 walls to finish. Okay, we should be back by 9:30. I don't think our dinner will be that long tonight. I'm excited about dinner. I'm excited to see our friend, and we are going to some new Greek restaurant. I've never heard of it before, but I am like, I said, they have Greek salads. Alex is like, they have Greek salads, they have hummus, they have wraps. I was like, oh, that sounds so good. I'm really excited about that. So I'm excited about dinner tonight. What was I talking about? Talking about her grandma. Oh, her telling the stories about her daughter, and then we were telling... Anyway, it just was a fun day. So before they all came up there, when it was just Alex and I, the sister that I didn't really know that well, she was reading that book. So I was like, I'm gonna put my AirPods in. I gotta finish this book because this weekend I want to start Christmas in July. So if you guys don't know about Christmas in July, Nikki and I are doing a read along. So on my BookTube channel, let me pull up my BookTube channel really quick. Let me turn my volume down. On my, hold on a second. On my BookTube channel, I posted a video before we left on vacation. Oh my God. I never get 1,000 views a video on my BookTube channel. I got 1,000 views on my, I finally got a Kindle video. I hardly ever look at views on my channel, but I'm just pulling up the videos and I looked. So anyway, before I went on vacation, I did a video 2 weeks ago called Huge Book Announcement. Okay, on that video, I talk about how Nikki and I are, it's not really hosting, we're just doing, it was something she and I were gonna do, and I thought, well, I'll just bring it to my BookTube channel. She and I are going to do a Christmas read-along, okay? So if you wanna do it with us, it's 2 Christmas mysteries, thrillers, Christmas Presents by, I can't remember her name, and then You Better Watch Out by I don't know whose name. But go watch that video if you want to hear more about it. And just in July, we're just reading them, and then I'm going to do reviews to it. We might do like a Zoom call or something. I might record it for a video. I don't know how we're going to do it. But it's just real casual. If you want to read them with, it's Christmas in July. And we're going to make like iced hot chocolate. And it's going to be real fun. So anyway, I got to start those this weekend. But I'm trying to finish this book. The Woodsy Cozy Mystery, whatever it's called. Hold on a second. A Very Woodsy Murder. I'm almost done with it. But I was listening to it at the pool. Well, I was listening to it while I was sitting on the steps. And then my friend came up to the pool. And so I hung out and I was just like talking, so I took my AirPods out. She's like, you gotta tell me all about your trip and stuff. And I was like, okay. So I took my AirPods out, and that's when Alex came over and sat on the steps. So it was really nice. We had such a great day. It was really, like, when we first got up there, it was kind of like clouds and some sunshine, and then it just opened up, and it just, I mean, look at Indiana. It is just such a beautiful summer day in Indiana. So pretty. So today has been a perfect day so far. I feel very rested today. Woke up feeling rested. No anxiety at all when I woke up. I had the weirdest dream about Alex last night. I had this dream. Hold on a second. I was telling him at the pool. I had this dream that he and my dad and my stepmom and myself were on a skiing trip somewhere. I don't know where this came from. This dream is so weird. But we were on a skiing trip. First of all, I haven't been remembering my dreams a lot lately, which is weird because I usually remember. I've talked about this before, but my mom, when I was a little kid, would have me like, she gave me like dream journals to like write down your dreams. And the idea is the more that you journal your dreams, you'll remember your dreams more when you like wake up. And so, I don't know who did that. So anyway, but I haven't been remembering my dreams a lot when I wake up. In all honesty, because I usually wake up with a little bit of anxiety. And so my mind immediately goes to, oh my God, I feel like I'm shaking. Not to whatever dream. But today I woke up and I don't know, maybe that's a good thing. So I woke up and I'd had this like weird nightmare. And my dad had called me. And it was like, you need to pick up Alex at the bottom of the ski slope. It was real weird, and it was somewhere that my dad, because so when I was growing up with my dad and my stepmom, I used to ski a lot. Like, well, even before my stepmom was in the picture, we were big skiers. And so, like, my dad's, like, really good friends. Like, they had a house in Park City, Utah, like, on the mountain, on the side of the mountain. And we would go to Vail a lot. We'd go to Michigan a lot. My dad and my stepmoms have skied all over Sun Valley, Idaho. They, like, they're big skiers. So anyway, I don't know where, maybe it was something that I was watching, I don't know, but I had this dream that my dad called me and he said, you need to pick up Alex at the bottom of the ski lift, like right where the ski lift picks you up, and we're gonna be there waiting for you. He's like not in good shape, like you need to take him to the emergency room. So I came downstairs and, in my dream, I was outside, it was cold, it was snowing, and I was like in an ambulance with him, and he was like all bloodied, and my dad was like telling me that like somebody beat the crap out of Alex with like the ski, like they took the ski and just like I mean his whole face was all bloody and stuff. It was so horrible. And I'm like, was it something? Maybe it was from that movie, that show Pulse, because I finished that last night. I was like, I don't know, maybe it was from that. But I was like, anyway, and I can just remember, I was like, who beat you, Alex? And he was like, it's really not that bad. Oh, there's a scroll going up the store. He's like, it's really not that bad. I was like, babe, it is bad. Like, your face is like, he's like, no, it's not that bad. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I woke up out of this horrible nightmare to him being on TikTok. And I was like, I guess I reached over because I said, are you okay? And he goes, what do you mean, am I okay? And I said, anyway. So, the camera stopped. I was sitting here looking at this squirrel who is now trying to get into the bird feeder that I haven't filled yet, that's hanging from the middle of the tree. Now I feel bad, like I should go out there and I should put some bird feed out there. But there's two bird feed. There's bird feed on the ground, and but now I kind of feel bad. Oh, now he's on the ground, so he's looking around. He's getting some food now. Did you get some? Do you know Thumbelina? She's my friend. Oh, he just took a peanut. Oh my God, he took a straight peanut and he was like this, and then he ran off with it. God, my fingers are so pruny. So yeah, today has been a really, really good day. It's been so relaxing and just so calm. I've just felt so good today. Last night, I did not walk, and, so if you watched the very end of my vlog last night, if you made it to the very end, the last 2 seconds, I was like, oh my God, Big Brother starts tonight. So I got done with my vlog, and it was like 20 till 8. Maybe 7:30 when I got done with the vlog. I don't know what time it was. But anyway, so I went inside, and my plan was, I knew that Big Brother was starting because Nikki hasn't shut up about it. And so I knew that Big Brother was starting. I was real excited about it, but I was just planning on like watching it later when I like recorded it. So I said to Alex, I yelled up at him. I said, what time does Love Island start? And he said 9. And I said, do you want to, at this point it was like, 7:45 or something. I said, do you want to watch something before then? He's like, yeah, we can. And I said, okay. Well, I was rendering it, and I tried to call Tanya, and she like didn't answer her phone. So I called Nikki, and I said, what are you doing? She goes, I'm getting ready to watch Big Brother. And I said, what time does it come on? 8? I thought it came on at 9. She goes, no, it comes on at 8. And she said, I'm going to like watch it on the CBS app. So I'm like, okay, how do I do this? And I was like, well, we have cable, so I can watch it live anyway. So I went inside and I said, I yelled, he was watching TikToks, and I said, do you care if we don't watch something? He's like, yeah, that's totally fine. I said, because I'm going to watch Big Brother. He watched Big Brother with me last year. He has no desire to watch Big Brother this year. Tanya's watching it. Nikki's watching it. Mel told me today that she has to catch up on it. I'm not allowed to tell her anything. But Dexter also comes out, so Mel's real excited about that. So anyway, at 8 o'clock, I got real excited. So at 8 o'clock, while I was like rendering and uploading my vlog the whole time, from 8 to 9:30, I watched Big Brother. Nikki and I texted each other. Well, once my video was uploaded, because I uploaded it on my phone. So at 9:30, like at 9 o'clock, I was like, I ate some dinner. I ate like a half a salad from Trader Joe's, the orzo salad, and then I also had half of the hummus wrap last night and a cottage cheese and some vegan jerky. And so I was like, at 9:30, when the show's over, if I'm not tired, I'll walk. Well, by 9:30, I was exhausted, and I was like, I'm gonna lay down. So I went upstairs. And I laid down from like, at that point, like 9:45 to like 11:45. I was out. Oh my God, I took such a good nap last night. Took such a good nap. So I got up, and when I got up, Alex was watching something. Okay, he's caught up on Love Island USA. He's caught up on Love Island UK, the current one, and he's now going back from the beginning and watching, I think, the last season of Love Island UK, or some other Love Island, I don't know. So he's now watching 3 Love Islands. It's Obsession Station around here, okay? I told him today, I said, I'm very worried about you with Love Island. And he's in there right now, binge watching whatever the new thing is, which is one of the past seasons. So anyway, but it makes him happy, so I could care less. So I came downstairs, and I actually think I laid in bed for a little bit. Because Tanya texted me, and she said, are you still up or are you napping? And that was when I was asleep. So when I got up, I texted her, and I said, I just got up from my nap. And then I think I called her, and she didn't answer, so she had gone to sleep. And Nikki texted me something, and I texted her back. That was when I came downstairs. So that would have been like 12:30 or something like that. They were both asleep. So I went down the basement, got new pajamas, all of my clothes. You guys, I have every single item of clothing in this house is completely washed, but I haven't moved my sweaters downstairs yet. I know it's July. And so like the laundry, the ironing board is like t-shirts, sweat shorts, it's all stacked up. So I've got to move that stuff upstairs. So I went down the basement and I got some comfy pajamas, lit all the candles. I went through like 3 candles in the last 2 days. So I lit a new Yankee candle. I think it's like Ocean Breeze or Ocean something. It smelled, those Yankee candles, I'm telling you right now, I bought them like a year ago when I did like a cold, what's it called, a cold throw, when you just smell it without it being burnt. I was not impressed with the Yankee candles. They were not how I remembered them. They burn so fantastically. The Yankee candle wax melts are my absolute favorites. The other night, I hadn't lit the candles like the first couple days that we were back from vacation, and then like the last 2 nights I did. So 2 nights ago, I think it was, I did it was like sugared candy apple or something. It was very fall scent. I was kind of living for it, and so I did that one. Last night, I don't know, but the Yankee wax melts are my hands down absolute favorites. Second to, and the number 2 would, if you like the scent of Gain laundry detergent, it would be the Gain ones. They're the 2 strongest ones I've ever smelled. The Happy Wax ones are fun, but you have to put a lot in them for them to smell. The ones on Etsy, in all honesty, I think they all suck. They either smell like cat litter and body odor, no matter what the scent is, or they don't smell at all. I don't really like any of the Etsy ones. And the sensational ones are pretty good. And what are they called? Home and Garden that you can get like at Walmart. I haven't gotten those in forever, but you can get them on Amazon or online and stuff too. I like those. But right now, my go-to ones, and I have tons of them because I just ordered them. My go-to ones are the Yankee candle melts. I absolutely love them. So I put like 3 new candles up. Oh, somebody had sent me a candle for my birthday. All too well. I can't remember who sent it to me, but I put that one up. So anyway, somebody asked me yesterday when I'm going to do the PO unboxing. Since I didn't do it today, if it rains tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. If it doesn't, then I'll probably do it on Monday. I'll probably just save it for Monday anyway. I told Alex tonight about I was like, oh, I put the video up yesterday about the final. So if you don't know, the movie for Movie Club is that we're watching all the Final Destination movies. Because Alex and I decided on vacation that we were going to do that. So I think we might start that tonight. But we've got RuPaul, Atlanta, and Miami to catch up on this weekend. I don't think he has any plans tomorrow night. I don't know. So anyway, I lit all the candles. It was so cozy last night in the house. It's just so cozy. I love it. And I was like, okay, I want to read for a little bit on my Kindle. I'm getting really excited about my Kindle. So, oh my God, that scroll just went down. Honey, there's nothing on that bird feeder. I gotta show you guys this. There's a car coming by. Hold on. Wait till the car goes by. Okay. You guys, look at this squirrel. Oh, he went off of it. Okay, he's up there in the tree. Do you see him? Do you see where it's like turning and twisting? It's because he hangs upside down from that branch. Is he going to do it? Let's see. Are you going to do it again? No, he's going down the tree. There he went. Okay, there's my little water. People yesterday, they said, I couldn't see your water bowl. I went literally right up to the water bowl and showed it. Okay. What was I going to say? I wanted to show you what he does. He hangs off the branch and goes onto that bird feeder. But he can't get in the bird feeder. I've checked it. Like, it locks into place when you twist it. He can't get into it. And I've seen him try, and he can't. And even if he turns it sideways, like, it doesn't shake out from this. So I don't know why he keeps on trying on that one. But when I get done with this vlog, I will go put a bunch of, like, corn and stuff down. And the squirrels like the fruit and nuts, so I'll put that down and stuff like that. I also think I want to move the water over to underneath the tree, is what I think I'm going to do. I just have to remember when they come to mow the lawn. So I think I'm going to do that so, like, the little squirrels and stuff can, like, go underneath the water. Anyway. So I am, like, really into the Kindle because I had all the lights turned off last night. I like reading in the dark. I know people have had Kindles. Listen, I'm new to this. Let me get excited about it. Okay, at first I thought I'm not going to like this Kindle at all. And the reason I really got it was because it was so much, it was like $100 off, like everything that I bought. And so I was like, if I'm going to buy one, I might as well buy one now. So I'm reading those Mark Tufo books, which I have to be honest with you, like yesterday I said that he's very kind of like macho. I wouldn't necessarily say misogynistic. It's just his humor is very kind of like D's nuts, masculine kind of humor. But I kind of like him a little bit. He wore a widespread panic t-shirt. And that, I was like, kind of like, oh, I think I kind of like him. So anyway, I'm kind of starting to like the main character a lot. But I read like 40 pages of it last night on my Kindle. I love that I can just like set it down. Somebody said I need to get the clicker. I saw that thing online. Should I really get a clicker? I mean, they're like $30. I don't have a problem getting a clicker. But I like just sitting there and just being like, tap, page turn, page turn, page turn. And it's like I think it's like 2 pages equal 1 page in real time. And so I like just like in the dark being able to sit there. Also, I haven't tried this yet, but somebody said this would be great for me to fall asleep too. They don't like to wear their glasses, like their reading glasses. When they read, sometimes they give their eyes a break so you can adjust the size of the font. Did you guys hear that? Someone was singing. She has been singing all day. I think, oh, here he goes. He's going to do it again. I was like, we need to do a music video. Hold on a second. He's getting ready to do it again. He just climbed up the tree. It is so out of focus right now. Come on. Where is he? Where did he go? I want you guys to see it. It is so cute when you see him hanging from this. I think he's on the other side. Is that even it right there? Hold on. Where is it? Where is the bird feeder? Now, why can't I see the bird feeder? Okay, there's the green one. See, do you see that house right there? Okay, the one that's kind of like the light wood one. They like to sit in those, but that one doesn't have anything in it right now. Is he in there? No, where did he go? Ugh. Oh, well. Somebody's getting ready to walk down the street, I think, so let me turn this around. Can I just tell you that I have listened to that song. I think Stacy said it was her favorite Billie Eilish song, too. Maybe she said it was she said on the comment, some Taylor Swift song, I can't remember, but that Wildflower, oh my god, I have listened to that song on repeat. I love that song by Billie Eilish. Also, last night, I did sit out here for a while I did my prayers and meditations, and then I don't know what I'm going to wear tonight. I was just thinking about that. I asked Alex, I was like, are you going to wear like jeans or shorts? He was like, I'm going to wear shorts. So I think I'm going to just wear like cute shorts and like a little button up or something like that. But I, last night, watched like the top 10 American Idol, Britain's Got Talent singers that like Simon Cowell thinks is the best. I'm looking for this. If this guy, if he hangs off this thing again, I'm going to show you guys. Like the top 10 singers that Simon Cowell thinks are the best, all their auditions. I watched so many of those last night. That's probably why I got started late. So anyway, so last night I read that book. I'm really, really liking that book. I think this weekend also, when I finish this cozy mystery, I'm going to go in because I cannot find it on Kindle. When you go on your Kindle, it says like listen on Audible, listen on Goodreads, but it doesn't show up on the Kindle to buy. So the book is called, so the series is The Zombie Fallout, and it's by Mark Tufo, T-U-F-O. So if you like zombie books, I was trying to get Nikki to read it. She's like, I don't want to read zombie stuff. I think it's foolish. So anyway, but this is the first book, okay? And this is .05 and it's called Zero. The problem is that this book is, like, I cannot find it. If somebody can find it on Kindle or Kindle Unlimited, let me know, because I'm not going to buy the book, like, pay $15 for a paperback. It's like 200 pages or something. So anyway, but they have it on Audible, and it's like 2.5 hours. So this is like what happens before the first one comes out. So when I finish book 1, I think I'm going to go back, or maybe even just this weekend, and just go back in and listen to this one. So I want to read, if I want to read the series, because I think I'm going to stay with the series. There's 24 books total, so I think I'm going to read them all. So anyway, I feel like I drastically moved where the camera was sitting, because I was trying to capture the squirrel. Anyway, so what was I saying? I've got that, like, that Billie Eilish song stuck in my head. Da, 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 da. I've got it stuck in my head on repeat. Anyway, so I read that book, and I read like 40 pages of it last night. I could have just sat there and read it all last night, honestly. But I was like, no, I want to watch some TV. So I finished that. I love the charger that just goes on the little thing. I love it so much. I have it in the kitchen. So I got done with that, and then I made myself a cup of coffee. Oh, the squirrel's down on the ground now, eating peanuts. Marissa sent me this coffee. I don't know what it's called. It's from Hawaii. But one of them is like chocolate. It's not it's like macadamia nut, but it's called like mac nut or something like that. You guys, it is so good. And I don't usually love like the flavored coffee like that. I was just talking about this yesterday, but like it is so good. I'm addicted to it. I can't remember what the brand is called, but she sent me 2 boxes of it. So thank you, Marissa. I know Marissa watches all my vlogs. I love the coffee. I was going to do a review of it, but then I started like drinking it. I was like, I guess I could still do a review of it. She sent me 2 kinds. She sent me just a regular kind, and then she sent me this like, I think she said something about why she sent me the macadamia nut one. And she was like, I think she said something about like she didn't think I'd like it or something. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. So I made a cup of coffee of that, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch The Pulse. Well, it's 10 episodes, and so I had episode 8, 9, and 10 to watch. And so last night I just finished. Well, I know what I was gonna do. Last night I was going to start watching The Train to Busan, which is a zombie show, or zombie movie. It's supposed to be like the best zombie movie that was ever made. I think it's a Korean movie. And I looked it up on Netflix. I made a list last night, if you have any additions that you would like to this, of things that I'm going to review. So, Netflix documentaries, I'm next up, just on Netflix. I have a lot of lists, but Flight 3054, Tylenol Murders, Untold the Liver King, Attack on London, and Greenfell Uncovered. But then all the Trainwreck ones, which are The Real Project X, which is already out. Balloon Boy comes out 7/15. P.I. Moms comes out 7/22. Mayor of Mayhem, I haven't covered yet. Woodstock 99, I haven't covered yet. But I actually watched another documentary about that. Astro World I haven't covered yet, and Storm Area 51 comes out 7/29. So I'm going to try to watch all of those and cover them when they come out, because I'm really, really liking the Trainwreck documentary. So I made all these lists last night I revamped my list of things I need to buy. A certain kind of shampoo and conditioner, Crystal Light. Thank you guys for all the suggestions on the Crystal Light. I'm looking for a mattress plaid swimsuit or shorts. I'm thinking about getting some New Balance shoes, but I don't know if I need those or not. I might wait till fall for those. And then was revamping my list for Caroline for next week, making my list of videos, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so I watched Pulse last night and I finished it. I loved it. I'm really kind of blown away that it didn't get renewed for a second season by Netflix. I really, in all honesty, I don't understand why it didn't get renewed. I mean, it said the ratings were not great and stuff like that. I thought it was really, really well done. So, my concern about watching it all the way through, and I'm not going to ruin it for anybody, it's a medical drama. And it really takes place, at the end of it, somebody said something about the last few weeks. So it must have supposedly taken place over a few weeks. It really feels like it takes place over a couple days. But I guess it was a couple weeks. Anyway, I mean, it makes sense, yeah, I'm like thinking through it now. Probably a couple weeks. But anyway, it's at the end of the year of like, all these residents that are on in an ER, a trauma medical center. So I was worried that because it got canceled, it didn't end conclusively. And I didn't want to watch a show that doesn't end conclusively, that you just watch and then it leaves on all these cliffhangers. And so thank you guys, because people were like, no, it ends pretty conclusively. Like, there could be a season 2, but it does. It ends like, I mean, it could have just been a standalone and nothing else. I mean, it leaves some open-ended stuff. Where, like, it would totally make sense if there was a season 2. I'm kind of hoping that down the road, maybe, nobody's petitioning for this show. You know how they petition for, like, Manifest and other shows, like The Killing, to come back. I'm kind of hoping that somebody petitions for Pulse. Maybe I should start it. Because I really enjoy it. I really, really do. I think it's good. I think it holds its own. I mean, The Pit is so fantastic. This is kind of like, I feel like this is in between The Pit and Grey's Anatomy. Like, it's not as much, like, romantical drama and behind-the-scenes stuff as Grey's Anatomy. Or of the 10 minutes of the first episode of what I've watched of Alex watching Grey's Anatomy. But it's not as specific as The Pit. Like, The Pit is almost, like, all medical stuff. It's kind of in between that a little bit, which I like. So, anyway, finished that last night. And I was going to start Grey's Anatomy. which I might start tonight. Although we've got all these shows to catch up on. But I was like, okay, Grey's Anatomy I can watch in the winter. But I probably will start it this summer. Because I'm trying to start watching these shows like Life After Lockup, Love After Lockup. I'm trying to binge watch those shows. Below Deck from the very beginning I want to binge watch. I almost think it would kind of be better for me to binge watch like 3 or 4 shows at the same time and just watch an episode here or there. Because like, in all honesty, like sometimes with Love After Lockup, like last couple days I just haven't been in the mood to watch it. So I was like, okay, what do I want to start binge watching? Well, I was looking through my list, and I was like, you said you were going to watch Ozark this summer. I started Ozark a couple weeks ago, and I got like 5 or 10 minutes into it. My feet are so tan. I think I actually got quite a bit of sun today. And I was like, I'm really not in to Ozark. Like, I started watching it. Oh my God, the cardinal is on the green feeder. You guys want to see? Let's see if it'll stay. Whenever I like turn it around, it always flies away, but hold on. Please stay until I get up. Some people, when I show these, they'll say, I've never seen a cardinal before. Where's the green? Come on now, where's it at? You see it? There it is. Isn't that beautiful? This weekend, I also need to put out my bird baths and stuff. Oh my God, look, up to the left is the squirrel. This is perfection right here. I was laying on the table. Is he going to go and hang off of it? If I caught both of this at the same time, that would make me so happy. Oh, what? I just hit the camera and now it's like going out of focus. Okay. Come on, squirrely. See if you can get into the feeder. What's it doing? Come on now. Why is it doing this? There. Stay. Well, the cardinal flew away, and the squirrel went somewhere. Oh, there, the cardinal's back. Where did the squirrel go? And the UPS truck is coming down the street. I don't think it's for me, though. Oh, there comes the squirrel. He's coming up the street, the tree. Oh, he's getting peanuts, and then he's eating them. Do you see? I don't know if you can see. I can't pull it in that close because it won't focus anymore. Do you guys see the squirrel up there? So he's holding the peanut. You can't really see it at all. He's holding the nut and he's eating it. Like, go down and hang off the limbs so we can see you hang off the limbs. Squirrel. Squirrely. Please do it. He is checking out that bird like nobody's business. I can hear my neighbor out there singing. Look at that cardinal just swinging. She's on the carousel of love. What is going on with this camera? Come on now. He is just stretching out. Oh my God, he's so cute. Somebody was telling me that, like, I mean, you know I watch all these squirrel videos and stuff, but they're like, if you, like, feed food, like if I put food, like, all the way up here, look at my beautiful blue sandals. If I put food all the way up here, then like I could get... Do you hear her singing out there? La 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 la. She must be in her garage. I'm just like sitting here mesmerized by this cardinal and this squirrel. Both in the state. She's just swinging around. She's so much more red, and like when you see her here too, like versus camera, and then like the squirrel is just like laying on this bench. I'm about to bring him some snacks here in a second. But somebody told me that if you like leave like treats up the walkway, then you can get squirrels to come closer and closer and closer to you. I know when I say that, I'm already, people be like, Peter, don't do that. You'll get rabies from squirrels. I really appreciate all your love and concern in my comments about everything. It's like, everyone was so concerned about the raccoons. They ain't come back. The raccoons have not come back. I don't know if that was a one, if it was a, like, what is Caroline's husband call it, FTLT. The raccoons were like, FTLT, we ain't coming back over there. I don't know, but they have not come back. You guys, this squirrel, his little paw is like off the back, and now he's going down the tree. But it was like hanging off the branch, just kind of like to the side. Like he's like, I'm just hanging out. There goes my neighbor. She was singing. No, that wasn't her. I thought I heard. Oh, he's, you guys, guys, he's now in another branch looking right at me. I have to show you. He's looking right at me. I have to show you this. Squirrely. What should we call him? Steve the squirrel? Here, I'm gonna have to put him on the table. Hold on a second. So I can focus it. Just bear with me here. Come on now. Focus camera. Do you see him? Look at that. He said, I'm just having a nap. Aww. Steve. What are you doing, Steve? Stevie. What are you doing? Are you hanging out? I wish it would let me focus in more. Oh, look, there's... Where are you going then? Huh? There's a little bird on the bird feeder. Where are you going? Look at his little tail. He's so cute. Oh my gosh, the battery just went to the halfway mark. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I'll tell you what he's doing. He is trying to get into the finch feeder, but he can't get in there because the finch feeder has a lock on top of it. Look, he was trying to get in the finch feeder. Now where is he? Oh. Is this as much as it'll go focus in? Where did he go? Where did you go? Oh, he's down on the ground. Well, hi, Steve. This is literally my day. In between filming videos, this is what I do. I put all these peanuts down there. He's like in love. I don't know why you're trying to get into that finch feeder. Look, now all the birds are coming up to the finch feeder. It must be dinner time. Look, there's like 3 of them on there right now. That feeder right there has no bird feed in it. That one has no bird feed in it, and the green one is full. So, anyway, I have a feeling this battery is going to die here in a second. I was trying to make it to an hour. I don't think I'm going to... See, okay, I don't know if I've ever explained the battery dying situation. So for those of you guys that don't know, when I say the battery stopped, let me explain it to you, okay? So, my camera... it looks like a camera. You take a picture of it, right? Okay, so it's facing me. But on top, there's a screen that folds up. So I'm looking in the screen. I'm looking at myself right here on top of the camera. I'm looking at the top of the screen folds up, okay? On the screen, there's a little square around my face. So it's supposed to focus my face, but sometimes it doesn't work. In the top, right here, which you can't see, it says 27, 25, 26, 27, 28. And right next to it, right here, is a little battery charger that shows me it's at the halfway mark, okay? Now, when the battery gets to 29 minutes and 59 seconds, when it turns over to 30, it stops. It will only go, I don't know why, the camera, the battery, whatever, the camera only goes to 30 minutes. It'll only film for 30 minutes at a time, depending on the setting, okay? Some settings it'll do for like 30 minutes and whatever, but I think it's kind of like an overheating mechanism because for when I did with the Sony camera that I used to have, remember how it would like overheat and stuff like that? And this is a Canon G7X Mark II. It was the vlogging camera that everybody used to use back in the day, but I don't think anybody uses it anymore except for Peter Monn. Most people just use their phones. So anyway, so I can see, number one, that the battery, because right there it says the battery's at the halfway mark. So what I know about that, depending on the battery, and this battery actually, it usually like, I'll make it to like an hour and 5 minutes. And then, so like right now I know that I'm like at like 58 minutes and 30 seconds. Usually, I can make it to about an hour and 5 minutes because all the batteries that I have, I got rid of the old battery. So, all of the batteries that I have right now are newer. And so I think I have 4 batteries because the one that I had in my coat pocket was the one that was bad. Yeah. So all the batteries... Oh, he's still out there in the yard. So all the batteries that I have right now are good. So usually they make it to about an hour and 5 minutes, and then the battery goes to the halfway mark, and then I can usually make it to like an hour and 8 or an hour and 9 minutes, sometimes longer. So it's kind of strange that this battery, I'm like, did I have this battery in the camera yesterday, maybe? I'm like, is that a woodpecker or is that a cardinal? Last time I said it was a woodpecker, people were like, no, that's a cardinal. It's a female cardinal. But it has the head that looks like a woodpecker. Anyway, well, here, I'm going to show you, and then you guys can tell me, because she's on the bird feeder right now. I know you guys are going to say she's a cardinal. She's a female cardinal. Somebody please tell me what this bird is. And let me please make it there before the camera dies, because we're almost at 30 minutes. Do you guys see this bird? Okay, what is this bird right here? Do you see her? I wish it would focus in further. That bird, what is that? Come on. Swing around the other side. That's a female cardinal, right? Okay, the camera stopped, so I started it again. All right. Oh, where's she at? Did she fly away? Girl! The camera was literally stopped for 2 seconds. Okay, I don't know what that bird was, but can any of you guys, like, stop motion that? But can we just talk about this for a second? Can we just talk about this cuteness? Look at that. Steve! Tell Shorty I said hi. Oh, he's going up the tree. Do you see Shorty? I think my neighbor out there. Somebody's outside. Well, you know what? I should probably stop this because I need to get ready anyway to start going to dinner. What time do I have to get ready? Oh, yeah, I gotta get ready here in about 15 minutes. Da, 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 da. Did I stop it or did I go to the 30-minute? Because usually, like, okay, I have no idea how time it is. Anyway, so last night I started Ozark. I got like 10 minutes in. Oh my God, there it just flew away. I got like 10 minutes. It's my neighbor. She's getting her mail. I got like 10 minutes in. And then I was like, I don't know. I don't love it like everybody else loves it. Alex stayed at the pool. He was like, you need to go back and watch it from the beginning because the first episode kind of builds up and builds up and builds up. I was like, this is my second time watching it. I'm now like halfway through it. The first time I was like 5 minutes in, and both times I like watched it from the beginning. What's that?
Not much.
Happy Friday.
Yeah.
She was waving her mail at me. Hope you got some exciting coupons.
No.
My neighbor's itching and my nose is itching. We were at the pool and Alex goes, like the first 20 minutes we were there, he goes, I gotta go back and get my allergy medicine. I forgot to take it and my allergies are so bad. I don't know what it is, like this far in the summer, the allergies are still bad. But anyway, I started Ozark last night. I mean, I'm committed to watching it because everybody says they love it so much, so I'm sure I'll end up loving it. But I'm at the part, if you watch the first episode, this isn't gonna ruin it for anybody, where his wife is cheating on him, he's looking at his computer screen, and then he goes out, and then he's like, it's real scandalous. He's like talking to these prostitutes or whatever, and then his business partner calls him, and he's on the way, and I was like, no, this is where it's going to start like being the foundation for the show, so I don't want to ruin this. So I guess tonight I'll start it over from the beginning, since Alex said, no, you need to build up the climax of the first episode. I'm not a big Jason Bateman fan, number one, okay? Although I do like him in that movie with Melissa McCarthy, but I'm not a huge... I'm definitely not a big Justine Bateman fan. Back in the day, maybe I was. But anyway, I mean, he's okay. I think he's handsome. We're about the same age, aren't we? I don't know. Everybody, Tanya loves Ozark. She's like, oh my God. She said to me the other day when I was telling her I was getting ready to watch it, she goes, I wish I could watch Ozark from the beginning. She goes, Ozark is one of those shows that if you watched it, like Wentworth. Somebody sent me this thing the other day about... There was like Wentworth cast, like meet and greet in Australia. Oh my God, I wish I could go. But anyway, Tanya was like, it's one of those shows that you wish, like when somebody else mentions it, that you could watch from the beginning again because it's so good. So I'm excited about it. But anyway, okay, my nose is itching and I gotta get off here. I gotta start getting ready to go to dinner. Gotta fill my bird feeders and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna get off here. I love you guys. I hope you're having a magically amazing Friday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic beginning to your weekend. If it's your birthday, happy birthday this weekend. If it's your day off, I hope you enjoy your day off. If you have to work, I hope it goes quickly and that it's peaceful and calm. And if you're going through a hard time right now, I hope that it passes soon and it passes quickly. And I hope you guys are able to enjoy your weekend. I will be here vlogging this weekend, of course. So let me know what you guys are doing this weekend in the comment section below. And I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you.